Hey, what's going on, guys, girls, and whoever else is on here? This is Cameron from Tactical Trading Services, and I just wanted to do a quick weekly market analysis video, like what I've been doing for everybody. Um, Before we get into all that, I just want to say that we've been doing some work on the website, and we've done some revamping on it. So you guys check it out, tacticaltradingservices.com. You can go through here and check it out. We're offering different membership packages now. You can save a little bit of money by going out in time, and don't forget that all packages will include a 7-day free trial, just so you can see if we're what you need, right? So we may not be for everybody, and that's okay. I'm also working on getting a little blog started up. I got 2 posts on there so far. Just some little tidbits, nothing real crazy. Just talking about some terminology and maybe a couple visuals, so definitely check that out if you have a chance, because it could be something good for you. But we'll go ahead and we'll get it kicked off here. Let's look at. We'll come over here and we'll look at NDX first. So, it's we're kind of back into that sideways type of crap that we've seen in the recent future. We popped up here for the Nasdaq here. I have this price channel that's on the daily chart, and it's been on there for quite a while, and price has respected it pretty well. And you can see that back here and right here, right there, whenever we would test this upper boundary, we would pull back. Then here we finally broke, went to back test it, and it failed, and we're right back in the channel. Same thing here, right back in the channel. So if you look where we're at now on the daily chart, we are right up against that channel, okay? And it looks like we want to pull back a little bit, and if we do pull back, then I think that we'll pull back to, I don't know, maybe around this level. I'm still pretty bullish on the overall markets. Things look pretty good, but this being up against this upper trend line in the channel here makes me think that we're going to get a little pullback. Now, if we break above this, so what'll probably happen is if it is go time, okay? If it's go time, we'll probably break above, and then we'll come back to back test it, okay? At which point, that's where I will probably enter a pretty aggressive long position if we come back to back test this and it holds before ripping higher, okay? So it's going to be important to watch what's going on, just to see. But the weekly candle, it closed out good. We closed out near the highs, but we're just right up against that. That trend channel, and you can see how it acted as resistance down here on the hourly. We came up. When was this? This was Tuesday, Monday afternoon, and then we pulled back. We held our 20, popped up above it, pulled back, held our 20, and then consolidated a little bit further. But we're still in that upper boundary, so it's good. Just have to, like I said, just have to watch it and see. It's pretty much the same game for SPX that I'm watching here. It's not as evolved in the price channel that I have as what NDX is, but it's kind of been meandering here right at its mean, which is pretty close to the mid channel price point that I got. So it's looking like we could come back down, and we could probably test. This area right here, before we move higher into the 4600s. That'll be its first set of resistance, I believe, right there. So, we've been riding this 20 down here on the hourly, right here on this mean. It's pretty wild to watch. So, the weekly candle was about the same as the Nasdaq. So, one that I am liking is the rut. Now, I am long small caps in my personal account. This weekly candle, it was kind of like, it was just kind of indecision, right? We don't know if we want to go up, we don't know if we want to go down, what have you. But if we flip down here to the daily, we can get a little bit better picture. And here's what I think could come out next week. We're having this 20 and 50 cross on the daily chart, okay? And it's right into a pretty good area of support. So what I think could happen is, before small caps just really take off, is that we come and we back test this and then we take off, okay? So yeah, I went long. I sold some short puts on RTY, and out to the end of the month of September. But I'm pretty bullish that I'll be okay with that. And we also opened up a bullish play on IWM in the alert service too. So yeah, we are long small caps, but like I said, I think we have the potential to come back down here, back test this cross before we take off into new highs. But I could be wrong. We could sit here and hold this 20 on the hourly and just keep going, but it's part of watching the charts and just letting them tell you what they want to do. But if you look at the weekly price action, everything looks good. I don't see any bearish signs here in on the weekly charts. So it looks pretty good. Let's see here. Let's cover. Let's look at Amazon. So Amazon has kind of been a pain in my side recently, because I had a bullish play on right around here and got stopped out when we broke this daily 200. But as you can see, we came right back down to my support level there, and on the red line, and 3150, and held it. So, and it's kind of in the same game as the Russell in a way, only it's not as advanced in its movements yet. But you got this 20 starting to hook around, and this 50 is gonna curl down just a tad, and they'll end up crossing. But you have your moving averages coming, so that's good. But you also have you're right back into this consolidation triangle or pennant, whatever you want to call it. We broke out, we back tested it. It looked like it was going to hold, and then we had earnings, and we went right back to this lower trend line. And we held it for a few days, and it was just like, no, not happening. And we fell all the way back down to 3150 there. So It's actually a pretty good 5 wave move. You can see a one, a two. That'll be your third wave, sideways consolidation in four before your fifth wave, making one final low to get people trapped, thinking that the bottom's about to fall out, only to reverse. So that's what happened. And I'm going to look here to see if we have a little three wave. So we got one up, we'll get another one down, then we maybe get another one up. So we'll see what happens whenever we come back down here and back test these moving averages. I'll probably open up a bullish play out in October whenever we get a little pullback into here. So we'll see how that goes. So from Amazon, we'll look at Tesla real quick. Tesla, it's not really doing anything. It's just kind of sideways chop right now. The weekly, you can see we come down here to the weekly 50 and we held it. We came down to the weekly 20 and held it. So now what could be happening here is we're going to start breaking out. So the weekly looks like it's about to break out. Let me take this off too. We'll take that off. Let's go back. So the weekly, let's see here. So if we come up here to the high, oh yeah, look how that lines up. It lines up really well. So what about here? If we come back here, if we source from back here, oh yeah, so see, you could probably even source from give you a little bit. That one fits pretty good. Well, I don't know now. Let's see here. See if we get a pullback next week, and that would line up with the S&P and the Nasdaq also. If we get the pullback next week, it'll pull back into here before turning it into support and taking off with the indices again. So yeah, Tesla is one to keep on watch for sure. Yeah, and see how that lines up pretty good on the daily chart. Look at that. Look how well those, if you draw those trend lines, look how well they're respected. It's actually quite amazing, to be honest with you. And you can even see it right here on these daily candles. That's kind of that's not a real bullish couple candles there, So it's definitely one to watch. It's going to be interesting. If we start pulling back down into here in this lower boundary, I'm going to start opening up some put credit spreads on Tesla for sure, and bring in some pretty good premium. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll make that way I can have that as a visual for later on. So we did Amazon, Tesla. What else? We looked at small caps. So Apple, Apple, it lines right up too, with what I'm saying in the Nasdaq and the S&P, because look, we finally broke out of this upper consolidation trend line, okay, and we broke out, and now we're moving sideways. It's pretty bullish, right? It's pretty bullish, indicative of a move higher. That you can expect this right here because we had this big pop, okay? We're at all-time highs right here. So what do you think is going to happen. People is going to start taking profits, okay? And that's fine. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. But maybe on Apple, we get a little retest down into here to meet up with this 20, which will also give us confidence that we back tested this trend line, and that'll fall right when the indices pull back, probably early next week, and then we'll take off again to new highs. So we'll be watching that. I should have extended this out a little bit more, but I had these here for this triangle, but it worked out pretty well, with what I was really looking for, this little sideways chop, and then we break out, and that's what happened. So it looks good. Apple looks good. I'll probably get really bullish on Apple next week if we get that pullback, and see, that would line right up with your hourly 50 here. So there's a lot of good opportunities in the markets right now. If you just be patient and await some good opportunities, okay? So let's see here. Oh yeah, I'd just like to say, last week we did 3-6. We put on 6 trades in the alert service, okay? 4 of them were day trades, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of them were day trades, and 2 of them were swing trades, which we actually still have open. The day trades did really well. We had all winners except for 1, so that was really, really nice. I've started putting out a lot more day trades. I had the request to do more day trades, so that's what I've been trying to do. But so another one that I'm watching, and this will kind of be a freebie here if you guys want. I'm watching Caterpillar down into 190 to 193 area, 195. All right. As you can see, it's looking pretty bearish on the daily off the highs, right? And this candle does not look very well. If you come to the weekly is holding its 50, so it might be tough for me to get down here, but I'm definitely going to pounce on some bullish opportunities if we do get there. So I'm bullish Caterpillar long term. I'm looking for a prime entry, and I think that a good entry will be down into this level. So we will wait and see how it goes. As you can see, the hourly, it's just been kind of chopping sideways within these SMAs here, and came right back down to its 20 at the close and attempted to hold it. But we'll just have to see what's going on next week. There's really not a whole lot else. If anybody's got any requests or wants to look at anything, then by all means, let's take a look at it. Let me know, and I will be glad to check it out. So that is my weekly market analysis and what I think is going on in the markets. So I just hope that everybody traded well this week and made a bunch of money, right? Because that's what it's about. So don't forget, check out the revamped website. Think about if you want to be a member with us. We'd be happy to have you, okay? So yeah, if anybody needs anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can get with me on the Facebook group, which I'll link in the description, and you can also email me at help@tacticaltradingservices.com, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Once again, thanks everybody, and happy trading.